A group at North Lawndale College Prep will spend the Martin Luther King holiday on Monday living out his mission of nonviolence. Gerald Smith and students Sienna Metz and Layla Stacker from Peace Warriors joining us this morning. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning. Yes.
I'm so glad you're here. Lots of life, lots of smiles. First of all, Gerald, we'll start with you. You've been the head of the Peace Warriors, working with kids for more than a decade. Tell us about the mission of Peace Warriors.
Yes. I would say that Peace Warriors are a civic-minded, action-oriented, transformational group of students who take Dr. Martin Luther King's principles and philosophy of nonviolence, and they choose to operationalize it within the school context. So they're really great in resolving conflict, they're ambassadors of peace, and they just demonstrate loving kindness wherever they can. It's something that we do, we engage, and honestly, I think every school should have one.
Ladies, when we're talking about nonviolence and being kind of an interrupter, right? Is that what have you taken these principles and put them into practice? Either one of you, tell us what you've done to kind of put these into practice and what you've been able to stop.
In my school, because I've been a Peace Warrior for 3 years, I have experienced a couple of situations where there has been fights, and a lot of times people don't want to act in these situations because of the fear of, oh, they might hit me, what might this person do? But I always have the mindset of, if I want to help my community, I cannot be afraid. I have to act. And so there's been times where I have interjected myself into an altercation. I have got hurt, but one of the principles is accept suffering without retaliation for the sake of the cause to achieve the goal. So sometimes you got to take a hit to get the message across.
Have you seen some of this stuff happening, kind of bubbling on social media, and you're able to get in there before anything really truly starts?
Yes, there has been situations on social media that has happened that occurred to fights that have actually happened on campus as well. And it takes for us Peace Warriors, which is why us Peace Warriors on social media look out for those situations. We look out for that hidden tension that's hidden on the social media. That way it doesn't occur on the campus.
Gerald, it seems like you're taking all these principles and kind of putting them into these young minds. And tell us about how this evolves over time since you first started the program until now. Because when you first started, social media was kind of in its infancy.
Absolutely. When we first started this, we were in a unique situation as a school where we went from one campus to two campuses, and just the social and relational dynamics caused a lot of disruptions. And so one of our teachers, Tiffany Childress, saw this, brought it to the school. We started off with 17 Peace Warriors. We currently have 64 after this training Monday. We'll have 86 that will really engage, but we have begun to say, all right, we're not only interjecting ourselves to interrupt nonsense, but we want to spread love. We want to make sure there's kindness. And then students have been able to move throughout the nation as ambassadors of peace. And so it's continued to grow. We have over 2,000 Peace Warriors that have graduated, been trained, and that are somewhere in the country doing good.
It's next level thinking.
Yes, absolutely.
When you're looking at what you've seen, you must be so proud to know that there have been actual issues that could have led to really bad outcomes because of your students stepping in.
These are our students, and it is such an honor to watch them just own and embrace their own commitment. No one makes them become a Peace Warrior. They choose it, but when they choose, they actively engage. And so to watch them, they surprise me. They're very creative and innovative on ways to attack the issues and not the persons. Really amazed to see them building a beloved community. The sky's the limit at this point in time. We just want to keep growing and expanding.
When you're looking at what's going to be going on Monday, what are you most looking forward to? You've been in this program for 3 years. What do new people, what are they going to be seeing?
There's going to be a lot of high energy. As Peace Warriors, we really love the work that we do, so we're always happy to meet new people, teach them about pushing forward peace. And also there's going to be a lot of learning, not to say you're going to sit in a lecture, but there's going to be a lot of time to experience new things that you've never really seen before. So just be ready for a lot of learning, a lot of new faces, and a lot of energy.
All right, thank you all again for being here. The Nonviolence Peace Training will be happening on Monday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at North Lawndale College Prep High School. You can register sure at nlcphs.org. If you didn't have time to jot that down, you can always find them on social media as well as at WGNTV.com. We'll post this story. Thank you all for being here.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
And have
Greatly
fun on
appreciate
Monday.
it. This
Hey,
is
Tim.
such an honor.
Hey there, guys. Yeah.